Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Welcome to another edition of my Tazkiyah, your brother Giver Romani. We're taking your questions. Today's question is, what impact does pornography have on your life? Well, it has a very bad impact. I would believe that pornography destroys your life. It destroys who you are. It destroys what you represent as a Muslim specifically. It destroys your faith. It destroys your iman. It destroys your strength as a man. It destroys your manliness, your manhood as a woman. It destroys your feminine side, your femininity. It destroys your sexuality. There's many studies that show that people watch pornography extensively. They end up being bisexual and sometimes even going into heavy SSA or same-sex attraction. So pornography has this impact on your life. And the next question says, how can pornography consumption change you? Well, that's what it does. It basically changes how you see the world. It changes how you see a woman, a man. You hypersexualize everyone. You basically start viewing everyone as a sex object almost. In the words of one sister, where she said that everywhere I would go outside, I would start thinking, even her family, subhanAllah, even her family. So it changes everything. I would say it changes the fitrah of a person because the effect it has on the brain is so humongous that you don't even recognize what happens because you're so taken over by the dopamine boost, by that dopamine injection of pleasure, that you do not realize that you're actually changing, that the way you see in the world changes, that your iman goes down, that your iman basically goes down. Most people who have addiction to pornography, they suffer from OCD and waswasa of iman. They start thinking they're doing kufr and sometimes they even fall into kufr. And I link OCD and waswasa, especially waswasa of kufr iman, to consumption of pornography. I always ask my clients who have waswasa, I ask them, do you watch porn? And they'll say, how do you know? How did you know? How did you realize? And I tell them, because there's a pattern that I see in people who suffer from OCD, obsessive behavior, intrusive thoughts, waswasa. So I would probably word the questions, how doesn't it affect your life? It affects your life almost on every level. Your relationship with your wife, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your work. A lot of people, they lose their jobs because they get caught watching pornography at work. Do you know that? Consumption of pornography, many people admitted, there's a study that admitted that they consume pornography at work. So it affects you on your professional level. You cannot focus, you cannot study, you cannot do your best. It affects you on many, many different levels. So the question would be again, when doesn't it affect you? Or what doesn't affect? Everything is affected. But I think the worst one is these two, is your fitrah, number one, and your iman. It really, really destroys those two. Men are not men anymore because of pornography. They are emasculated. They are destroyed. And women are not women anymore. It almost feels like men change so much and women change so much that it's almost unrecognizable. And when you try to put these two together now, who are both probably, most likely, addicted to pornography to get into a marriage or build a family, then you're like wondering why we have such high divorce rates. It's simple. Pornography destroys your life.